Okay folks, this is going to be the end of the old ham shack. I've already started cleaning a lot of stuff out. There used to be a table here, and I would do retro computer videos on the table there, and then there used to be a desk there which I got rid of, and then these shelves here used to be over there where that desk was, and I had swapped the desk over here. And then I had this desk here and another desk next to it. It was pretty full of surfaces to work on ham radio projects. And as a result, this place got pretty packed pretty quick. So start removing furniture and start reducing the project load, which is why I've been doing so many videos here lately. But this is pretty much what is left to clean up and deal with. And so this is all going to have to get out of here as quickly as possible. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to do it all today, mostly because there's no vehicle here to put anything in to get it anywhere, but it's all about getting started, so let's do it. So I removed the cardboard boxes from here. Those are easy to get rid of. This is the solar corner where I kept all of the solar stuff that I'm working on, and there is still even more solar stuff to go. This is the All Powers 200 watt solar panel. It is foldable and fantastic. Behind it is the Ratty 120 watt solar panel. There are videos on both of those on the channel. This is a Renogy 100 watt outdoor panel. This panel's been outdoors for a couple of years now here, serving the shacks and everything else that I could throw at it. And I do not have any videos on this one yet, but soon. So this corner is going to be empty here in a second because all of this stuff is going with us because solar is 100% necessary. All right, one corner at a time. That one there is done. This is all of the QRP packs and other radio packs that I have created over the years. This is the Xiegu X6100. This right now, this used to be the G106. I recently sold the G106 at Hamvention, so this is the QDX and QCX Mini. And then Hans went out and made a QMX, which combines those two radios into one. So now I'm going to have to deal with that when that comes out. This is data storage. This is a RAID 6 array and a Raspberry Pi for keeping all of my videos safe for you guys. And this is a Gigaparts bag. This is the G90 bag that I had made up. And then this is the Nanook case, the Nanook 910 that houses the FT891. And then I do not have a setup currently for the Xiegu XPA 125B, but all of this stuff fits in this case. The lid fits on it, fits in this Rubbermaid tote, and the lid fits on it, and it will be going with us somehow so I can keep making videos on this stuff. Have we talked about decision fatigue yet? Because I am feeling it. We've been working on this journey to move out of the house and downsize everything for about a year now, and we have gotten rid of a ton of stuff. Garage sales, donations to thrift stores, giveaways to people who need things much more than we need them sitting on our shelves. And the hardest part is getting rid of stuff that is actually useful, stuff that you know has a use, like mason jars. Those have a use pretty much forever, and if you put food in them, even longer than that. So it's one of those things where, like, why just throw them away? Why recycle them? Why put them in a landfill? Why not take that energy and move it on to somebody else who can use that energy for their own personal goods? Let me show you some of the stuff that I'm kind of struggling with right now. And don't get me wrong, these are what I call quality problems. These are problems worth having. So let's take a look. I cleaned out the solar corner, and then I have a bunch of other stuff that I am shrinking down. I showed you most of the stuff that is in this bin right here. However, since then I have added the ADSB Go box, and I have moved the G106. I moved the X6100 into here, along with the FT818 bag that you guys have seen, the BTEC amp. I still have some more stuff I want to do on that, so stay tuned for some more information on the channel there. Hiding behind that, right back there, is my Plano tackle box case full of BNC to SO239, etc., adapters. This is the IC705 Go bag that you guys have seen. There's an empty bin, and what I'm thinking is I'm going to take a bunch of these projects that I have to do and consolidate them down into that bin and put them on the shelf and come back in like 6 months and gather those up again. So we've got another 2-meter amp to play with. We have an Arduino ham shield that is unobtainium currently, but that's going to be a fun project. This is a Raspberry Pi 800 that I'm thinking about making into a operate out of the case G90 Go kit with screen and mouse and keyboard and computer and like the whole 9 yards, everything you need for that. Some more stuff coming up. Thump is working on the juice box. He's working on getting these things ready for sale. That's the 1-in power pole, 2-out power poles, plus a buck converter to power your Raspberry Pi. This is a DigiRig holder that goes on the FT818, so we'll see that coming up. This is from the MobiLink D guys. A viewer sent this in for me to work on, and I need to work on this ASAP because I'm still playing with the APRS project. This is a pine sill that I need to see if it's suitable to task. It looks very interesting. It is a USB-C powered soldering iron, and it's that big. So it's going to take up a lot less space in my projects going out. This is a top secret thing. This is a Raspberry Pi Pico based project that we're going to use for quite a few things coming up on the channel. And then I still have all this stuff on these shelves to go through. So let me get after that. So always celebrate small victories. I have one shelf completely cleaned off right now, and that has made its way into the bin. I've consolidated, I've shrunk some stuff down, and I've added some more stuff that I haven't shown you guys yet. This is an FT100 that I got from Aiden that we're going to do some videos on again in the future. And this is an FT8800 that KK4PAL Bill sent in. He got it at a ham fest, and we will be doing some, he got a steal on that radio. We will be doing some stuff on that in the future as well. Lots of fun stuff coming up. I mean, this is just an amazing hobby where there's constantly stuff to play with, and for $5 or for trading a radio that you were done playing with for a new radio to play with, it's as cheap or it is as expensive as you want it to be. All right, this box is a box of drama. This is the Retevis RT95 radio that I have been working on some APRS stuff on. There will be a special announcement coming up on the channel about this radio. Stay tuned, because this radio is not making the trip with me, and you will find out why. Okay, another shelf is now empty. So that's the top one and the second one from the top, and then all of these left to go. And these actually used to be even more packed than they are now. I've just been making progress. So if we come over here, I have this is all stuff that's coming up on the channel, so this is a pretty big sneak peek for you guys. I have the G5RV. I want to prove just how good or how bad this is. A 1-to-1 Ballon. This is that ham shield, and this is the Raspberry Pi Pico oscilloscope project that I put in here. This is the playground for the Nano VNA, where you get to attach and try out different things with SMA connectors, and it's a little PCB. Might be hard to see through the reflection there, but it's a little PCB where you get to put on like resistors and other things to test out different projects you might be thinking about. So that's all coming up. And then we have the MFJ 1708B SDR switch. So this will allow you to plug one antenna into your radio and a second lead out of here into an SDR. And then when you transmit from your radio, it'll shut off the transmit going to the SDR, so you won't destroy that. These things here you guys have already seen. And then I have an MFJ 1234B RigPi audio keyer, and this ought to be a very interesting project. This is a Raspberry Pi 4 running RigPi OS that allows you to remote a radio over the internet. So we'll play with that one day too. This right here is the reason why USB-C is important for ham radio. I have a go bag that I've done for 2-meter work, and I don't have a solution for the chargers yet because they're just big and bulky. And yes, they should stay at home on my desk, but I don't have a home desk anymore. So this box is going to be troublesome. I'm going to make a shelf of troublesome boxes. Okay, maybe I was a bit harsh. I removed stuff from 3 shelves to make up for the fact that I was making one shelf full of problems. These aren't really problems. They're just things I haven't figured out how I'm going to pack yet, or things that really need to be done right away. So this Ethernet cable is really easy to take care of, and there's a coupler. I'm going to take this stuff down to the Club Shack and make it available for use down at the Club Shack. And then this is a 100 amp hour battery that we need to do a review on the video coming up, and I want to see if I can run my air conditioner off of it. I don't know, so that's part of the journey of that video. All of the soldering stuff I put together. This is the Meme X Petty Officer. We'll just let you take a look at that for a second. Not a problem, it's just a kit that I need to build. And it's big. And I don't want to open the box yet because I'm afraid of what's in it, honestly. This is more little stuff for review. This is more HT stuff, which is why it's cleverly labeled HTs. And this is that box of HT stuff that I showed you guys before. So I'll need to figure out what to do with that. But otherwise, this shelf is empty. So now I will take that stuff off of the shelf and I will get the shelves out of here. So where did all of that stuff go? Some of it went in here. This is the G-SOC for the G90 that I need to do a video on. Inside of one of those boxes was the Small Wonder Labs DSW2-20. There'll be a video coming out on that. RTL SDR. This is the USDX Plus HF transceiver. I have a special surprise coming out for this one. I did a video on this a while back. It's a decent radio. It does the thing for the price that you pay for it. It is not fantastic, but as always, we're hams. We're going to make stuff better. And then this is the how to build a transceiver, which is something I've always wanted to do, and I'm going to see if I can make it happen. This may or may not be the book to make it happen, but got to start somewhere. And then there was a printer in there on the bottom shelf, and I just put that out in the other room because that printer is too big to carry with me, but I'll figure some solution out and we will persevere. The solution might even be not having a printer. All I'm really using the printer for right now is for creating shipping labels to send stuff out, which is how I'm staying alive right now, is selling off all the old junk that I have in the house. Junk. One man's junk is another man's treasure. Well, used to be my treasure, but I don't have any room for it anymore. Before we go too much farther, these shelves are really awesome. These are recovered boards that I got out of the ceiling of the upstairs bedroom in the house, and they are just full of character. And I just wanted to make sure that I did something with these besides just throw them away or burn them or whatever, because these are just beautiful. This was a very interesting thing to come in and look at. And then the shelf supports were just iron pipe fittings and floor flanges. These were just beautiful pieces of wood. I love old stuff like this. They don't make stuff like this anymore. And we'll do something with it in the future. I'm not sure what, but I'll find something. A pile of screws, a big empty space where the shelves used to be, about 150 bucks worth of iron pipe hardware, and priceless recovered lumber, reclaimed lumber. The shelves are gone, and all the stuff that I put on that problem shelf is right there. Next is this mess. Taking it in small chunks. Let's see if we can get rid of this little, I don't even know what you call this, the return for the desk, which is filled with boxes for ham gear. Because, you know, it's worth more if you keep the box. Some of this stuff is regular workbench stuff, and you guys have probably seen the elephant in the room, the Milwaukee pack-out case. I'm going to start filling this up with stuff from the workbench, and this will hopefully be my portable workbench case. If you guys haven't seen Milwaukee pack-out stuff before, these lids here are meant to nest interlocking with the rest of the cases in the series. So I can put another case on top of this, which I do have cases that will go with this, and they have a lunchbox size unit that will go next to it, and they have regular size cases underneath for drills and circular saws and for all kinds of other stuff. But this one here, I'm hoping, is going to be the ticket for the ham radio portable workbench. So we've got a little bit of sorting up top, we've got some sorting stuff to put down in the bottom, and then there is the bottom. And one thing these things do is they smell real bad when you open them up. All of the modular bits installed down beneath, and then this will go up top, and we will fill it up. And this is where you start to get decision fatigue and movement fatigue. The drawers are now empty. The top is now cleaned off, but in order to take it somewhere, I have to make room for it somewhere else. This is eventually going down to the clubhouse, and there is no room at the clubhouse for it. However, the clubhouse desperately needs another chair and another work surface. So we've got to clean that space up. And the car is full, so I can't put it in the car either in order to take it down there. Fun stuff. So we're back at that one bite at a time phase. I just, make sure there's no food on my face. I just finished lunch up, and now it's time to get back to work. I took the first load out down to the shop and down to the storage unit, and this is now empty, as you recall. And then this is the other pack-out thing that I was telling you about. Let's open this up. This will lock onto the bottom of the toolbox that I showed you earlier, and then inside there is some dividers. So I can imagine that would be helpful for getting stuff out of desk drawers. What a mess this is. Okay. One of the problems, though, is that these are really big. These are the bins that it comes with. So I got another set of bins. I don't know if I can do this one-handed. Ooh. Nope. Hang on. Okay, it's like magic. Like you guys couldn't see me, do that sleight of hand trick there to get these things out of the container. So they have a little lip that'll let them hang on the wall in your shop, or they are compatible with this. So now, instead of having one big deep bin that I may or may not be able to put something in, or if I need a big deep bin and a not so big deep bin, I have it. So like I can put pens and pencils, and I can put, other tools in there, screwdrivers or whatnot. I can put a couple of things down there. So I'm going to try and get that desk drawer open, and I have 2 of these and 2 of these. So we'll make some magic happen, and hopefully this will disappear soon. There is the finished toolbox. The desk drawers are empty, and there's some leftover storage cubes. Let's take a real brief look at what's in here. This, I don't know, everything's always a work in progress. It's always an evolution of what all is going on. So I have wire strippers, solder sucker, I have a loop, I have a pair of scissors. Those are going to go in a different bin. I have electrical tape. I have some knives and fingernail clippers for detail work. I have a bunch of flash storage drives that I have no real other place to put them. This is a bunch of PC screws that are, it's a small enough case that I don't really want to get rid of it, but big enough that it's probably, I don't know, I probably won't ever use that. This is part of the problem of going through and sorting all of this mess out, is that you just never know what you don't know. So this is one of the dividers that I'm not going to use. That is my Hakko soldering iron. These are resistors and capacitors and standoffs and Wagos and shrink wrap and calipers and a bunch of other stuff. And there's still more room in there. That's solder wick and some fine detail stuff. Some of this stuff I don't use often, but one of the problems with space is that if you have space, you put stuff in it. So let's put this back for now. Get this locked down. And then this has a little handle on it that I can use to carry the whole thing around. And then that other container that I showed you is on the bottom, and they are locked. So if I pick it up, it comes up with it. And if I put it down, it goes down with it. Or I can unlock it. So you squeeze this in at the bottom to lift up. This little loop thing here squeezes like that. And then the toolbox slides forward. And there's the other toolbox below it. And this one's got a see-through lid, but it's going to be hard to see through on camera. So this is some other tools. This is Allen wrenches, both metric and SAE. I have not found a comprehensive screwdriver set that includes 100% of what I need. So you wind up with this really cool bit set that's still like 3 bits shy. This is retro PC stuff that I probably won't use for a while because I'm going in a different direction with that channel. This is the Sharpies that were in the drawer. And then wire cutters and flush cutters and pliers and wrenches and stuff that I use there. This was some other miscellaneous tools. I've got some picks. I've got some anti-static brushes. I've got my Arctic MX4, some more brushes. I've got my chip lifter tool, a pair of 3X cheaters, and then that's still empty. So I still have more room, and we're close, but we're not 100% there yet. So this will get refined, and we will revisit this set at a future time on the channel when I'm building another project, and I've got more stuff in it than I do now because I need to build another project to make sure I haven't forgotten anything. And I'm already thinking of a couple of things I forgot, like my multimeter and my screwdriver bit set, which now have a home right there. And then this, the mat that all YouTubers must have, must go. I don't know what I'm going to do to replace it, but it's not on my mind right now because I need to figure out that whole new build station. This is probably the part where I made a mistake. I brought a table up because I want to take the stuff that's left on this desk and sit it on this table. And then I want to get the desk out of here and down to the club shack, along with some other stuff that needs to go to the club shack. It's a big job. I mean, it's really quite overwhelming. And normally I would have a lot more time to do a job like this, but I really want to get to the end of this job today. So it's gonna be another ordeal. Keep on keeping on. Part of this is a stack of QSL cards that I have return QSL cards coming in the mail, and then I can put these away, but I haven't gotten those cards yet. And that chair will never come back in the house again. I'm not getting rid of it, mind you. It just can't come back in the house. It's going down the club shack, but that's the rule. When it's out, it's out. Aces, that's what I wanted, was that desk clean. All 4 drawers are empty. It is ready to get out of here. This didn't work out so well, but hopefully I can get rid of some other stuff and hopefully it will all work its way out. Keep on keeping on. All right, the desk is out. And so is the table. And this looks really great, doesn't it? Yeah, the problem is that I moved this stuff into another room, so I had room to maneuver in here to get that big bulky desk out. That beast was heavy. Back to work. All right, and now I have reached parity for the day. This is pretty much all I can do without doing some more filming and getting some more stuff done and taking care of some more problems. But I do have a box of stuff that needs to go down to the club shack to finish out the desk and a couple of other things that need to go down there. And I've made some progress and I've thrown some things away and I've gotten some other stuff organized, and here we are at the end of another busy day. This has been several hours of work and I am at decision fatigue state. And when you reach decision fatigue state, they're really steak, oh, steak sounds good. State, there's really nothing else you can do. Take a break and come back to it with fresh eyes later. Maybe move on to a different project or something along those lines. But this is done for today because this is all I got in me. There is a video right up here I think you will enjoy next. Thanks for being awesome. I'll see you in the next one.